Hello student. In today's session we will discuss about how to locate the instantaneous center of the mechanism, and after that we will solve some numerical which is based on the instantaneous center method. Okay. So the steps to locate the instantaneous center in a mechanism. First of all, we will draw one mechanism, that is 4-bar famous mechanism, that is 4-bar chain mechanism. Okay, so suppose this is my 4-bar chain mechanism. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C, and this is point D, and this link is fixed. The link AD is a fixed here. Okay, so this is my 4-bar chain mechanism. First of all, we will find out how many number of instantaneous center will present there. The first step is to find out the instantaneous center, number of instantaneous center. So we have formula that n is equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Here capital N represent the number of instantaneous center, small n represent the number of links in a mechanism. Okay, so here number of links is 4. This is my link number 1, link number 2, link number 3, and link number 4. Okay, so n is equal to 4 here. So 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2 is equal to 6. This total number of instantaneous center is 6 here. Okay. The next one is make a table where we can represent the number of instantaneous center. So first of all, the link and ICR, instantaneous center, link number 1, link number 2, link number 3, and link number 4. Okay, so if we consider the link 1, then how many number of instantaneous center are there? The instantaneous center 1, 2, instantaneous center 1, 3, and instantaneous center 1, 4. Always keep first number as a smaller number and the second number is a larger number. So instantaneous center 1, 2, instantaneous center 1, 3, and instantaneous center 1, 4. Similarly for link 2, it is I2, 3. Here I21 is not, because means instantaneous center 1, 2, and instantaneous center 2, 1 are same. So I23 and I34, I23 and I34. Similarly for link 4, link 3, I34, and for link 2 is not. Okay. So these are the 6 instantaneous center: 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4. Sorry. Here 2, 3, and 2, 4, and I34. These are the 6 instantaneous center. Here we have to locate this instantaneous center. First of all, we will locate the fixed and permanent instantaneous center. We all know that what is fixed instantaneous center and what is permanent instantaneous center. The fixed instantaneous center means the center or ICR which is common to this fixed link. Means here the instantaneous center and fixed ICR means these instantaneous center will not change its position when the mechanism changes its position. If this mechanism changes its position, at that time also the instantaneous center will not change their position. It's called as the fixed instantaneous center. Okay, so we will mark this fixed instantaneous center. This is our instantaneous center, that is I, and it is common between link 1 and 2, so it is I12. Here is also one another instantaneous center, that is I, and it is common between link 1 and link 4, so it is I14. I14. Okay, these are the two fixed instantaneous center. Now locate the permanent instantaneous center. The permanent instantaneous center means this instantaneous center will remain of the links, and as the location changes, its positioning also changes. So here is one instantaneous center, that is I, and it is common between link 2 and 3, therefore link 2 and 3. And here is also one another instantaneous center, that is I, and it is common between link 3 and link 4, so it is I 3 4. Okay, so we have located the 4 instantaneous center, I 1 2, I 2 3, I 3 4, and I 1 4. Okay, now we have to identify which are the non-permanent, fixed instantaneous center. Here 1 2 is fixed instantaneous center. Here 1 4 is also fixed instantaneous center. 2 3 is permanent instantaneous center, and 3 4 is permanent instantaneous center. So these two are not permanent, not fixed instantaneous center. Okay. So we have to mark, or we have to identify where the location of these two instantaneous center. For this purpose, first of all, we have to draw a one circle. Draw a one circle of random radius. Draw a one circle with random radius. Its radius take as per your convenience. Okay. Now, in this mechanism there are 4 links. So mark the 4 points on this circle at equal distance. Don't use any measuring instrument. Mark it as randomly, but it should be on equal distance. So here is suppose my point 1. This is my point number 2, point number 3, and point number 4. And mark the point 1 2 3 4, which is equal to the number of links, and according to the sequence, means 1 2 3 4, not 1 2 3 4. Okay. So here we have marked that 1 2 3 4 number of points, which is equal to the number of links. Now here is this ICR is 1 2, so join 1 and 2 by dark line. Then there is another one instantaneous center, that is 1 4, so join 1 and 4 by dark line. Then another instantaneous center is 2 3, so join 2 3, and here is 3 4, so join 3 4. Okay. Now we have to locate the instantaneous center 1 3 1 3. So join 1.1 and 0.3 by a dotted line. Join point 1 and 3 by a dotted line. Okay. Once we join this 1 and 3, we will get two equilateral triangles, or we get 2 triangles. That is, when we join point 1 and 3, we will get 2 triangles. That is triangle 1 2 3 and triangle 1 4 3. When we join 1 and 3, we will get the triangle 1 2 3 and 1 4 3. Okay. Now, means if we want to draw, or if we want to find out the ICR 1 3, it means we want to find out the ICR 1 3, we have to extend the 2 ICRs. Means here is, if we take this, if we move in this sequence, that is 1 2 and 2 3, ICR 1 2 and ICR 2 3, and if we move in this direction, there is ICR 1 4 and ICR 3 4. ICR 1 4 and ICR 3 4. Means to obtain the ICR 1 3, we require these 4 ICR, and we have to extend these ICR. See here, ICR 1 2 and 2 3. Here is ICR 1 2 and 2 3. Extend these 2 ICR. Extend these 2 ICR like this. Okay. Now, here is ICR 1 4 and 3 4. ICR 1, 4 and 3, 4, extend these two ICR. And where these two lines are intersect, we will get the I1, 3. I1, 3. How we obtain the ICR 1, 3? Let's see here. I will explain once again. Okay. To obtain the ICR 1, 3, join the point on this diagram. Join the point 1 and 3 by dotted line. Join the point 1 and 3 by dotted line. Once we join the point 1 and 3, we will get the two triangles. That is triangle 1, 2, 3 and triangle 1, 4, 3. Okay. Okay. Now we obtain the ICR 1, 3. So ICR 1, 3, we can, if we move from 1, 2, 3, means in triangle 1, 2, 3, we require the ICR, that is ICR 1, 2, ICR 1, 2 and ICR 2, 3. ICR 1, 2 and ICR 2, 3. Similarly, if we move in this direction to reach the point 3, we require the ICR 1, 4 and ICR 3, 4. That is ICR 1, 4 and ICR 3, 4. Okay. So extend the line which is passing through ICR 1, 2 and 2, 3. ICR 1, 2 is here, ICR 2, 3 is here. So extend this line in this direction and extend the line which is passing through the ICR 1, 4 and 3, 4. ICR 1, 4 and 3, 4. And where this ICR will intersect, we will get the ICR 1, 3. ICR 1, 3. Okay. Similarly, the similar process we have to follow for ICR 2, 4. For ICR 2, 4, first of all we will join ICR means point 2 and 4. And when we join the point 2 and 4, here also we will get the two triangles, that is triangle 2, 1, 4. Triangle, this is for ICR 1, 3 and this is for ICR 2, 4. We will get the two triangles, triangle 2, 1, 4. 2, 1, 4 and triangle 2, 3, 4. How to select the triangles? Here the question is how to select the triangles. The triangle should be selected in such way that the common side should be these 2 points. Means here 2, 4 should be the common side between these two triangles. If we consider triangle 2, 1, 4, here is 2, 4 is common, and if we consider triangle 2, 3, 4, the side 2, 4 will be a common. In this way, we need to select the triangles. Okay. Now we require the ICR 2, 4. 2, 4. If we move along this direction, that is 2, 1, 4, we require the ICR 1, 2 and 1, 4. 1, 2 and 1, 4. Similarly, if we move from this direction, that is I 2, 3 and I 3, 4. I 2, 3 and I 3, 4. So extend the line 1, 2 and 1, 4. Right? Here is 1, 2 and 1, 4. Extend this line in this direction and 2, 3 and 3, 4. 2, 3 and 3, 4. If we extend this line, here we will get the ICR. Where these two lines intersect, here we will get the ICR 2, 4. And in this way, we can locate the non-permanent, non-fixed ICR. Okay, this is the method or this is the procedure to find out the non-fixed, non-permanent ICR. Okay, now there is another theorem that is called as the angular velocity theorem, angular velocity ratio theorem. angular velocity ratio theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? Before going to statement of this theorem, if we want to find out the velocity, suppose here is point A, B, C and D. There are 4 points A, B, C, D, and if we want to find out the velocity of the point B, our basic formula for velocity is equal to r into omega. If we want to find out the velocity of the point B, then what is r here? R is the length AB, and angular velocity of point B with respect to A. Angular velocity of the point B with respect to A. If we consider this is the angular velocity, that is omega 2 is the angular velocity of the link AB. Omega 2 is the angular velocity of the link AB. So this formula becomes VB is equal to AB. AB means distance between ICR 1, 2 and ICR 2, 3. So ICR 1, 2 and ICR 2, 3 into omega 2 into omega 2. It is the velocity of the point B, and the point B here we consider that point B on the link 2. The point B is common between link 2 and 3. If we consider the velocity of the point B and point B if we consider it on a link 2, therefore V2 is equal to I12 into I23 into omega 2. Now we will discuss about the statement of the angular velocity ratio theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? The statement of angular velocity ratio theorem is state that the ratio of angular velocity of the two links in moving system or in a constrained moving system, it is inversely proportional to the distance between or distance of their common instantaneous center and the rotation of, or distance between common instantaneous center and the center about which it will rotate. Okay, means if we want to find out the velocity of the link 2 and 3, if we want to take the velocity ratio, angular velocity ratio of the link 2 and 3, it is inversely proportional to the distance from this common instantaneous center, and up to which distance? From this center to the center about which the link will rotate, means the distance between this link and distance this. Okay, for this purpose, let us, if we consider the point B, consider the point B on a link 3. VB, here we consider on link 2, and here now we will consider the point B on a link 3. So, and omega 3 is the angular velocity of the link BC. So, omega 3 into, what is the distance? Distance means this link B. What is the common instantaneous center between link 2 and 3? It is I23, and the instantaneous center about which link 3 will rotate, means about this center this link will rotate. So it is distance I23 and I13. Okay, this distance 2, 3 and I13. Okay, in general, if we want to find out the velocity of any links in general, suppose if we consider, we know the angular velocity of the link y. Omega y, consider omega y is the angular velocity of the link y, and we want to find out the angular, or we want to find out the velocity of the link x. This is known, and we have to find out the velocity of the link x. So Vx is equal to angular velocity of y into I1 y into I velocity of the link x is equal to angular velocity of y into I1 y and Ixy. Okay? Here, if we consider, what is the meaning of this? Vp is equal to omega 3 into I23 and I13, and when we consider it point on link 3. Okay, link 3. Okay, now if we will mark this as equation 1 and this as equation 2, if we consider the equation 1 and equation 2 both are equal, that is Vb. So omega 2 into I12 and I23 equal to omega 3 into I23 and I13. Okay, now omega 2 upon omega 3 is equal to I23 and I13 upon I12 and I23. I12 and I13. So if we rewrite it, it becomes I13 into I23 divided by I12 and I. Okay. This is the formula, or this is the equation of, that is angular velocity ratio theorem. That is omega 2 upon omega 3 is equal to distance. Here, what is the common instantaneous center? Here I23 is the common instantaneous center, and if we see omega 2 is equal to omega 2 upon omega 3 is equal to I13 into I23. I13 and I23 is this distance. Okay, and it is I12 and I23, I12 and I23. Means omega 2 upon omega 3 is equal to this distance divided by this distance. Okay, if we want to write it in a general form, then we can write as omega x upon omega y is equal to I1, 1 is always common. Here is add a denominator, that is link y, so that is I1y into Ixy divided by, here add the numerator, there is link x, so that is I1x into Ixy. Okay, so this is the angular velocity ratio. Now we will solve some numerical which is based on ICR method in next lecture. So in today's session, what we have discussed? We have discussed that is how to locate the ICR in a given mechanism. First of all, we have find out the number of ICR, how many total number of ICR present in a mechanism. That is by using a formula n is equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Then we have locate, that is fixed and permanent ICR by observation, and after that we have locate the neither fixed nor permanent ICR, and Then after that we have discussed that is angular velocity ratio theorem. What is the angular velocity ratio theorem and how we can use the angular velocity ratio theorem to find out the velocity of the unknown links in a given mechanism. Okay. So in next lecture we will solve some numerical which is based on instantaneous center method.